It's really, really creepy. He hears stuff, he sees stuff that's not really there. Here are the books that I got. And oh my gosh. It's just impossible to make him feel stuff. This actually has quite a few tropes that I really enjoy.
I'm not thinking about the way you keep my world from spinning. I'm just thinking about your eyes. Just don't know if I've been faking or pretending, but I know I never felt so damn alive. I don't know if I believe the information given, that there is someone by your side. Coming back inside my body for a second, there is no way that I'm never gonna try. Hello, where you at, where you been? Tell me everything about you. Go slow, so I can write it down and become the perfect man for you. What you like, what you don't, you should never be flying so low.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel and a new reading vlog, finally. Like, I've missed posting here on YouTube and especially doing reading vlogs because they're so much fun, and I feel like I'm talking to friends about books and you guys get to see me read and talk about books. But yeah, I haven't posted in a while. I just today filmed my first video in like 4 months, which is the book haul, which should be up by now, so definitely check that one out. I bought 14 books and I just recently got the motivation back to read or even like talk about books, think about books. Honestly, I've been in such a life slump, not only a reading slump, but like life in general. So I have not had the motivation to do anything, let alone read. But I'm getting my motivation back, having my 4 weeks off from work. This is actually my last week, but before that I feel like I got in a rut of just like work, sleep, eat, which is life, like I get that, but I just got into deep in like a rut and I was not feeling good, and I had not any energy left after work whatsoever. So, but yeah, I actually just recently picked up some books, so I'm currently reading 3 books, one that I'm gonna focus on more, but I still wanted to show you guys all 3 books that I have here. So the first one is The Green Mile by Stephen King, which is the book that I've been wanting to read for a while, and I actually started this one probably like way before my reading slump. I started this ages ago, and then I picked it up again, and then I didn't read it, then I picked it up again, but now I'm picking up again, hopefully to finish it this time. I am having this thing where I pick up books and then I never finish them, which I hate. Like, I'm gonna be better at that. But it's a really interesting book. We follow like prison guards in this prison, and we follow people who are on death row, like walking the Green Mile, and it's very interesting, but it's also kind of like deep and hard. It's Stephen King, so, but this is one of his books that I've really been wanting to read. Not all of his books I've been too interested in, but this one is actually one that I'm really interested in. I think it's even a movie adaptation out there, so, and I like the idea of it. I think it's very cool, and I think it makes you think a lot. And I am on page 167, and it's a relatively short one, I guess. The pages are really small, but I'm enjoying it. It's a little bit, I don't know, it takes a little bit of mind power, I guess, to read, because there's a lot of things that you need to understand, and there's a lot of things that's like deep, you know what I mean? It's a deep book, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm hopefully am gonna finish it. The next book I'm reading is also a Stephen King book, and that is Dreamcatcher. I actually bought this while I was in Croatia last week. They had a few bookstores there, and they had books in English, and I really wanted to buy a book because the book that I've been having with me I finished, so I really wanted a new book to read. And I don't know a whole lot about this. I haven't gone too far into it. I've just started, but it was a Stephen King book and I want to read all of his books, so I bought it and I've started it. We followed like a group of boys that did something when they were young, and now we followed them when they're older. Kind of reminded me of It by Stephen King, not in the plot, but like the people, when you follow them when first they were young and now they're older, which is a cooler perspective. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's okay, nothing too special yet though, but the book I want to focus on mostly, and the book I've been reading for quite a while that I really want to finish, is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. This is actually the same author that wrote The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is so cool. And freaking Emma Watson blurbed this, which starred in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So the movie adaptation, which is really cool. And I'm on page 302 and I'm really enjoying this one. We follow a boy named Christopher, I believe. I picked this one up ages ago and I've just recently picked it up again. So I'm a little bit fussy on the details, but we follow this boy Christopher who is living in this imaginary world. I think it starts off with him having this imaginary friend, and this friend tells him to do stuff and to go places, and Christopher soon discovers that there is this imaginary world, and it's very creepy. His mother is really worried, obviously, because like in the middle of the night he will disappear into his tree house in the woods and like disappear. And it's really creepy. He hears stuff, he sees stuff that's not really there, and it's spooky. It's really creepy, and I'm really enjoying it. I read a little bit last night, so I'm picking it up again and I want to finish it. This is the book that I'm gonna be focusing on because I've been reading this for ages and I just really want to finish it, and I'm really enjoying it. So like, yeah, it's definitely creepy, but it's fun because it's creepy, but also like not too dark and deep because you follow a kid. I don't know, it's just, I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, so I actually just filmed my book haul and I'm gonna sit down and edit it right now here at my desk and hopefully post it tonight. That would be fun. It's gonna be so fun. Like, I wonder if people are gonna watch it. It's gonna be my first video in like 3 months, 3-4 months. So I don't know if anyone's gonna wanna watch it, but it's gonna be fun to post again. I miss the feeling of like editing and posting a video that you're really happy with and like seeing the response to it. It's really fun. But yeah, so I'm gonna sit here, edit that, post it, and then hopefully we can have a reading night. Okay, so I've just finished editing and uploading the book haul. Very exciting stuff. And now before I'm gonna sit down and read, I have to put them all away, which is gonna be a struggle because I don't know how I'm gonna fit them all on my shelves. But here we have them, all the books. So we're gonna see, but I'm gonna make it work. If you have watched my book haul, you will have seen these already, but yeah, here are the books that I got. Very exciting stuff. Okay, it's a little while later. I have just been sitting here and reading. I've gone up to page 351 and this is actually really spooky and creepy. I don't know like what I expected and I don't know what you can think of like when watching this, but it's definitely not like a kid's book. It's definitely creepy, like in my opinion. Maybe I just don't have enough experience with creepy books, but it's really creepy. And we follow, you know, Christopher, and I feel like I, as a reader, and Christopher doesn't really know when he's entering the imaginary world. There is like an entrance, or he's entering the imaginary world when he is in his treehouse. But I feel like as we go on, he enters it without even knowing it. And I, as a reader, is really confused and scared. And in this imaginary world, there is two people. We have a man called the Nice Man and a lady called the Hissing Lady, I think. And the hissing lady is bad and the nice man is nice. At least that's what you think now. And he's trying to save the nice man because he's gotten like messages from this kid named David who went missing actually years ago. But he gets messages from him telling him that you need to save this man to get him to the real world, because if they're stuck in the imaginary world, they will die on Christmas Day. And he's getting a lot of threatening messages from him and from other people. And it's really freaking scary. And I don't know, I feel like it's just really cool, but so freaky. And I'm excited to read more because I feel like it's a lot to take in for a little boy. I don't know how old he is, I forgot, but I mean, it's really creepy. Also, I forgot to mention, but as like a side effect from entering the imaginary world, Christopher has gotten powers, superpowers. He can, by looking at people, he can feel how they feel and like think what they think. So like, or like the deepest, darkest secrets that they have and how they feel and how they think, which is pretty cool, but also again, a lot for a young boy. But yeah, that's a really cool thing about it as well, which I forgot to mention. Okay, so it is about 6:40 and I'm gonna go make some dinner, but I have read quite a bit more. I'm on page 381, and I don't think I mentioned this, but the main character is definitely Christopher. We follow him a lot, but we actually follow quite a few more people. So we have like adults too that we follow a little bit, not too much, but we do get glimpses of their experience with the imaginary world and the treehouse and creepy things going on. So we don't only follow a young boy, mainly it's about him, but we do actually get glimpses of other people as well. Just thought I would let you guys know. But yeah, I'm gonna go make some dinner and watch something while I eat, and then hopefully read some more tonight. Have my dinner and I'm going to watch Roswell, New Mexico. Really enjoying that show. I did watch the original one, and this is like the remake, and I'm actually really enjoying it, even though I'm usually not a big fan of remakes, but it's good. It's really good. It is quite a bit later in the evening and I've gotten up to page 485 and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I feel like I can't stop reading. It's going really fast and I love that. Because it's like a big book, so you would feel like it's slow, but I'm definitely not experiencing that now, which is really, really nice. Okay, so we have a flu pandemic going around here, so everyone is sick, where a lot of people are really, really sick, but no one is as sick as Christopher. Christopher has a really high fever, he's having headaches, he is just really not well, so his mother takes him to the ER. They can't find any physical thing that's wrong with Christopher, so they suggest talking to a psychiatrist, but the mother don't really want to do that because she don't want to believe that it could be something with a mental illness. But eventually she does. They get medication and pills for Christopher to take, but Christopher refuses. He just sits by the couch talking to this white plastic bag, and his mother thinks he's going crazy until the mother starts hearing the voices too. So finally, after all this time, she doesn't think her son is crazy anymore. She believes him and she decides to flee. They don't want to be in this state anymore. She takes Christopher with her and drives out of the state. At least she tries, but someone doesn't want them to leave. They get in a car crash and ends up at the hospital. And the mother wakes up fine at the hospital, but Christopher is physically in the hospital, but his mind is in the imaginary world and the people there have him. So the doctors saying it's nothing they can do, he's brain dead, but it's actually like the people in the imaginary world has him. He's physically in the hospital, but mentally he's taken by these people, and the only one who knows is the mother. No one else would believe her, the doctors or anything. And what's also really interesting is that we have this flu pandemic right now when things are happening with Christopher, but back in the day when this kid David went missing and no one ever found him, when he went missing, there was also a flu pandemic going on. So it's like somewhat of a resemblance. It's really freaky, it's really creepy, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Okay, it is the next morning and I wanted to let you guys know that I read quite a bit last night, actually after I last updated you guys, and I read some this morning and I'm on page 621, but it's a big book, so I do have quite a lot left, but I'm definitely getting there and I really enjoy this book. It's kind of reminded me a little bit of Stephen King's writing, which is a stretch, like that's a big one to say, but I feel like with a lot of Stephen King books that I've read, you have like different perspectives and point of views, and you have that here too, and it runs really smoothly. Like, I'm not confused at all. It runs very smoothly because you follow so many different perspectives without having to without knowing really, but you have to just like follow along. But it's done really smoothly and I'm really enjoying it. And now after the car crash, when we have Christopher in the hospital, one chapter we follow in Christopher's mind, he's trapped in the imaginary world, and the next chapter we follow her mom's perspective, trying to save her son because she's the only one who knows what's going on. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to finish it soon, but I'm gonna pick up another book today, and this book I'm really excited about. I just need something light on the side, and that's gonna be Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I've seen so much on Book Talk on this, so I'm really excited. It doesn't look like it's gonna be spicy. It looks really cute, heartbreaking, a little innocent romance, but I've heard it's gonna be spicy, so we'll see. But I'm excited to pick it up. Alex Volkov is the devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with the past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for the most of his life,
whose ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's sister, he starts to feel something in his chest. A crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it. Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she never stopped seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she shouldn't want. Her brother's best friend, her neighbor, her savior, and her downfall. There was love that was never supposed to happen, but when it does, it unleashes secrets that could destroy them both, and everything they hold dear. So yeah, I'm really excited to start this one.
Okay, so I'm only on page 31, but I'm really enjoying it so far. We have multiple tropes that I really enjoy. Tropes can be such a hit or miss for me. There are tropes that I hate, but this actually has quite a few tropes that I really enjoy. It has a brother's best friend, which I quite enjoy that trope, and we also have like grumpy versus sunshine. So he's really grumpy and she's like sunshine, which I really enjoy as well, I think. And yeah, but basically we have Ava, who is a 22-year-old girl, and Alex, who is a 26-year-old guy, and they know each other through her brother. So Ava's brother is really good friends with Alex. They have known each other for years, and Ava and Alex know each other, or like they know of each other. They're not really close, they don't know too much about each other, but they know of each other because like Alex has been with them for Thanksgiving and like stuff. They know the family, but they know of each other and have done that for like quite a few years, but they don't really know each other, you know what I mean? And they don't really like each other as well. I mean, they don't know each other, so I guess it's like, you know, but they don't really like each other. Ava's brother is moving abroad for a whole year, and he's very overprotective of his little sister, so he asked Alex to kind of look after her while he's gone. So Alex is going to move into his house, which is neighbors with Ava, and Ava is really disturbed by this. She doesn't want that. She feels like she doesn't need a babysitter. She's 22 years old, she can take care of herself, but the brother is really overprotective. And also Ava has her ex-boyfriend that's kind of has been harassing her a little, and the brother is just like a little bit worried about her and wants someone to look after her. And the brother, like the only one he really trusts, he's a really popular guy, the brother, he's really popular, has a lot of friends, but he only like really trusts Alex to look after his sister. And also what's so funny, because it's obviously going to be a love story between Ava and Alex, right? But the brother, he's like, when he's convincing Alex to do it, because Alex doesn't really want to do it either, like Alex doesn't like Ava at all, you know, they're not at all getting along, they're so different, they're exact opposite of everything, but he convinces Alex to do it. And it's so funny because Alex is like, why me though? And the brother is, you're the only one I can trust, but also you're the only one that I know that won't like hit on her, you won't do stuff with her because she's not your type. Which is so funny because obviously it's gonna be, they're gonna get together obviously, but the brother is like so sure of that, like it's fine, you're the only one I trust not to fall for her. Like it's funny, but I'm really enjoying it. So the brother is moving abroad for a year, and Alex is gonna kind of not look after, but like keep an eye on her, make sure she's not kidnapped or murdered, basically just keep an eye on her. I'm really enjoying it so far. Also, I love that the characters are adults. Like this cover, for me, I didn't know beforehand how old they were gonna be, but this cover in my opinion looks very young, looks very YA. I don't know, like 16 to 19-year-olds. I feel like the cover is really, I don't know, not very adulty, but I love that the main characters are 22 and 26. So that's a plus. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Okay, it's a bit later and I have gotten up to page 119. Obviously it reads pretty fast. It's a really fast-paced book, which I knew it was gonna be, so that's great. So we have Ava and her friend group trying to make Alex show emotions, because Alex is like one of those typical grumpy guys. He never shows emotion. He's never sad, never angry, never happy, he never smiles, he never laughs. Like, he's just walking around like a robot, basically. That's how people see him, and that's how Ava and her friends see him. So they decide on this mission to like try to get him to feel stuff by like Ava doing stuff. So they wanted to make him feel sad. So Ava had like a movie night with him, watching really sad movies, but no, didn't affect him. She tried to bake a really bad cookie so he would feel disgust. Nothing, no emotions. She tried to make him feel happy. Nothing. Like, it's just impossible to make him feel stuff. The only emotion we have gotten from him is like anger, because of Ava, I guess. It's like he only feels emotions when he's with her. Like, for example, he's protecting her from her ex that's kind of acting up and doesn't want to let her go, and Alex is protecting her from that, and is really angry and kind of jealous. So that's like the only emotions that we have from him. But other than that, he's walking around like a freaking robot and not showing any emotions at all. But I feel like he's warming up, especially when he's with Ava. Definitely not otherwise. But like, yeah, that mission failed. But we're getting closer. And we also actually, which I didn't know, both of these people, both Ava and Alex, has gone through a bit of a trauma. So Alex has a bit of a traumatic past. I don't want to spoil too much if you wanting to read this book, but both of them actually has a pretty traumatic past regarding their parents. So, and I don't know if they are aware of each other's traumas, but they are kind of opening up about it now. I feel like they should have known, because Alex has been best friends with her brother for a while, but I don't know if they actually are aware of each other's trauma and how it's affecting them now. Like, Ava has really bad nightmares or night terrors, which is terrible, and maybe Alex can't show his emotions because of his trauma. I don't really know, but definitely deeper than I thought. It definitely have some trauma in here, which is interesting. And yeah, but I'm still really enjoying it. Yeah, I'm actually heading out pretty soon. I'm going to my parents' house. I think, you know, just hang out with the cats and my parents, and I might eat some dinner there. And I think we also might drive somewhere to go for a walk. The weather is pretty nice today, so yeah. I don't think I will take with me any books, but I will definitely continue reading once I get home. Okay, I'm back home, and I know I said I wouldn't bring my book, but I did bring my book and read quite a bit. I'm up to page 782, so I'm almost done with it. And to be honest, I'm so over it. I'm done with it. I think this could be a lot shorter. Like, all I feel right now is I just want it to be done. So a little bit rough, but I'm hoping to finish it tonight. I'm just gonna go and take a shower and hopefully finish it so I can focus on my other book that I'm reading, which I'm actually excited about. This one I'm just feeling like I want it to be over, and I get that it's a long book. I get like the story and how it's gonna like build up to something, but in all honesty, I think this could be at least 200 pages shorter, in my opinion. It's just a lot right now, and I feel like if it's this long, you're just gonna get bored and it's not gonna work. So I'm just really ready for it to be over. Oh my gosh, I am so glad it's over. I finally finished the book. It was a good horror book, I'm gonna give you that. It was a good one, I enjoyed it, but it could have been a lot shorter. And towards the end, I was just like so uninterested that I can't even tell you what happened. But it was a good horror story. As I mentioned earlier, I feel like it reminded me of Stephen King's writing. It was a really cool story. You had Christopher, the main character that you followed, that weird things started to happen to him, and eventually you followed other people that weird things started to happen to as well. And the mother of Christopher, her perspective sometimes trying to help her son. There's really weird, creepy things about this imaginary world. You have people in this imaginary world, and it was a battle like, who can you trust, who can you not trust, and all these connections throughout the book. The connection with David and Christopher. So David was this kid that disappeared ages ago, and now Christopher is experiencing the same thing, and how that was connected. and the flu pandemic, how that was connected, happened twice. So it was really cool, and I think the writing was really, really good, but it was a bit too long and I was really, really bored towards the end, to be completely honest. And we did have one perspective, or like one character that I didn't really understand what was happening with. I'm not sure, maybe we got to know her in the beginning. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I picked this one up months ago. So the beginning of this book is vague, like I read that ages ago. But towards the end, we had this girl named Mary Catherine, who you followed her as she got pregnant without having sex. Like, she was a virgin and she still got pregnant. And you followed her as, you know, she told her parents were very religious, and so was she. So obviously that was not good. And you followed just like that happening. And I don't really know what the point of that was. And it was a lot about religion and a lot about God, which I again think Stephen King does. So that also is a resemblance. I don't know, but overall it was a good horror book. I did enjoy it, but I'm also really glad it's over and I'm ready to move on. But I'm excited to spend the rest of the night reading this one, because this one I'm really excited about. I haven't been this excited to hop into a book again in a while. Maybe because I haven't read too much lately, but I'm really excited about this one. Also, what I really like about this, which I wanted to mention before I forget, is how realistic the characters are. Okay, not the guy, I guess, because Alex, I don't think I mentioned, but Alex is a billionaire. He invented something when he was young, which earned him a lot of money, and now he has this really cool job. And he also has a very high IQ, like above normal, so he's, you know, maybe not that relatable. But the girl Ava, she is a college student who has 2 jobs, so that is just kind of normal, you know what I mean? Because usually in romance books you have both the guy and the girl being so ambitious and so successful, which is cool to read about, absolutely, but sometimes you just want something more realistic, and I think we got that here. I feel like in so many books the girl and the guy is like, they're scientists, they are businesswomen, businessmen, super successful, super rich, have this fancy apartment in New York City, you know what I mean? Usually that's the case, or like a super famous social media influencer, I don't know. But this was just so relatable, at least like for Ava, and I really, really enjoy that. I appreciate seeing normal young adults, you know what I mean? Holy shit, are you kidding me? I'm on page 215. Oh my gosh, I did not expect this much craziness. What the fuck is going on? Oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil too much, but the thing with Ava's family, I mean, Alex has some fucked up shit too with his family, but oh my gosh, her father, what the heck is going on? I'm so confused. And I did not expect this to come, but I like it. I like that they have some serious stuff too and some fucked up shit too. It makes it interesting. But oh my gosh. Okay, I have gotten up to page 253, so I don't have a lot left. It's very fast paced. I'm really, really enjoying it. But oh my gosh, we have discovered more family drama, family secrets that are intense. Like, this is not fooling around. This is serious stuff, and I'm just amazed and surprised. I did not expect such deep things, you know what I mean? And not only Ava's horrible father, which we found out about, but now we've also found out something about Alex's family and the truth, because so many twists and turns, I feel like, and you didn't really know until now, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. It is the next day. It's around like 1 o'clock lunchtime, but I almost finished this one last night. I only have 1 chapter left and the epilogue left. I got up to page 317, and I was so close to finishing it last night, but I was really, really tired, and I was like, you know what, I should save the final chapter and the epilogue to this day, and so I can like talk about it right after with you guys, because where I'm at now, like, it's only 1 chapter left. It's really like, is it gonna work itself out or is it not? Like, it's really a big thing that's like, is it gonna be resolved or not? So the last chapter is gonna be having some answers, or, you know, I'm just, and I'm really excited about. I know it's a series, so maybe it's like a cliffhanger, but from what I've heard, like the next 2 books doesn't follow Ava and Alex, so it's following like another set of a couple, you know. So I think Ava's friend Bridget is in the 2nd book and her love interest, so I don't think we're gonna follow Ava and Alex as the main characters in the other books, which is sad because I really like them. But that's also why it's so important, because then this last chapter and the epilogue has to have some sort of resolvement, because I don't want them to leave on terms like this, because it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down, read the final things now, and then I will let you guys know my thoughts, because I am a little bit nervous. Okay, just finished it, and oh my gosh. Wow, okay, this man. I did really enjoy the ending. I think it was a good ending, and a little bit mixed feelings because of some things that like Alex did, but I did want them together at the end, and I did really like them as a relationship. Like, I did like them as a couple. I liked them together, and I think they kind of brought the best in each other. At least like Ava really brought out the best in Alex, and you know, it was a really good book. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, but I did kind of go in with not too high expectations. I have like seen the cover all over, but I hadn't really heard anyone talk about it. I haven't really like listened to any reviews or not any like reading vlog where someone read it, so I didn't really know what it was gonna be about. I didn't know like what ages it was gonna be. I didn't know anything, but I was really surprised and glad that they were like adults, 22 and 26. Really enjoyed that it felt mature in that way. Not saying that everything they did was mature, but at least they were adults. And I like the fact that it felt realistic in a way. Not the fact that Alex was like a billionaire at such a young age, but Ava, like, she was a college student working 2 jobs, at least in the beginning. Like, we can talk about how it felt like a dream in the end. Like, she got a really cool job, but I like the fact when it's realistic and not always having the main characters be super successful businessman or movie star or social media influencer or scientist. Like, even though they did good for themselves in the end, I'm like, I felt a little bit more realistic, and I appreciate that. Yeah, this guy really did everything for her and really fought for her. And also the fact that we did have all these traumatic things that happened to both of these in the past. Both Ava and Alex had some really tough family history that you kind of found out along the way, which was really interesting and really messed up. So we didn't only have the romance, we also had that aspect of the book, which I really enjoyed. And you know, the whole brother's best friend, how that also was kind of an issue. The brother wasn't really okay with it, and that whole drama, and just, yeah, I don't know, I really liked it. And also like the sunshine versus grumpy trope, I really enjoy. But yeah, overall it was a really good book. I don't know if it's a 4-star or a 5-star. I think I just need to process it a little, but I really enjoyed it. And I was correct actually, because in the end here you got a glimpse of the next book, and we do follow Bridget and her love interest, so Ava's friend Bridget. So we're not gonna follow Ava and Alex anymore, which is fine, but I really love them, hoping I'm gonna fall in love with the other characters as well. But I'm really interested to continue on with this series, definitely, because I like the writing style. I liked, it was spicy. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it was definitely spicy. And yeah, I liked the chemistry, I liked the dynamics. I don't know, it was a really good book, and I'm really glad I read it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading vlog here, but let's just do a wrap up. I read these 2 books. So we had Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, which was a really cool and creepy horror story. Definitely creepy, definitely disturbing, and reminded me of Stephen King's writing style. It was just a little bit too long, as I mentioned. It could have been shorter. I did feel quite sick of it towards the end, but it was really cool. We had multiple perspectives of Christopher and people around him, and it was really creepy in this imaginary world. People hunting Christopher. It was a really good horror book and it was creepy. And Twisted Love, which obviously I just talked about. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I read two really good books, romance and horror. What a mix. But yeah, they were really good. And if you have read any of these two, please let me know. I would love to chat about them with you guys. If you enjoy them, if you didn't, why not? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye.